Welcome back to Earth Vision 2050, where we connect today's global goals with timeless truths. In this episode, we focus on SDG 2, Zero Hunger, the call to end hunger, achieve food security, and promote sustainable agriculture. But this mission didn't begin with the UN. It began with the prophets, scriptures, and divine compassion. And though Islam and Christianity may differ in tradition, their moral roots are united in one divine source, the creator of all humanity. 1 in 9 people still goes to bed hungry. More than 800 million people are undernourished today, many of them children. SDG 2 is not just about food, it's about justice, dignity, and survival. Faith teaches us that feeding the hungry is sacred, not optional. And both the Qur'an and the Bible, drawn from the same divine light, urge us to care for the hungry. But hunger today is not always the result of lack. Sometimes it is the result of choices. Even as nations pledge to end hunger, some quietly fund wars, hoard food supplies, or use hunger as a weapon to serve power. It's a quiet hypocrisy, hidden behind summit speeches and handshakes, and it leaves millions starving, not from scarcity, but from injustice. In Islam, hunger is not just a test of body, it is a test of the soul. And they give food in spite of love for it to the needy, the orphan, and the captive. Surah Al-Insan, 76:8. This verse describes believers who feed others purely for the sake of Allah, expecting no reward in return. Feeding the hungry is a core act of sadaqah, voluntary charity. It is also enshrined in Zakat al-Fitr, mandatory charity given before Eid, so that no soul remains hungry during celebration. The Prophet Muhammad said, "He is not a believer whose stomach is filled while his neighbor to his side goes hungry." Sahih Muslim. Islam does not allow believers to be passive while others starve, not even silently. The Bible, flowing from the same divine origin, makes the same sacred demand. If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat. Proverbs 25:21. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these, you did for me. Matthew 25:35-40. Jesus taught that feeding the hungry is not just kindness, it's worship of God in action. Just as the Qur'an warns against hoarding and neglect, the Bible calls on the faithful to see God in the face of the starving. From mosques to churches, from the Qur'an to the Bible, feeding the hungry is a sacred mission. It begins with simple things: a meal shared, a seed planted, a voice raised. And while we must do our part, we must also challenge systems that keep hunger alive. Because no policy or pledge means anything if it's spoken in air-conditioned rooms while food is blocked and famine is orchestrated elsewhere. True faith doesn't just feed, it speaks. If every believer lived their scripture and every leader honored their promises, zero hunger would be a reality. This was episode 2 of Earth Vision 2050, where global goals meet eternal truths. Next time, we explore SDG 3, good health and well-being, through the lens of sacred scripture. Subscribe, reflect, and share your thoughts below. Together, let's feed the world, one meal, one verse, one act at a time.